Okay. I am. Uh, can you see my screen? Okay. Um, think just three of the country. Abimbola, you, okay. Okay, let me call it. So, I've even downloaded it. Let me try and so um I've checked out I've run your code. So let's quickly go through it and let's move on to other stuff for today. Alright. So let's start with Bola here. Hello. Uh, okay. Let's go through Abimbola's one first. So, HTML 28. Let's always try and indent our codes. Alright, welcome. Okay. So let's find okay. Can you see it now? Okay. Can you see it? Is it okay like this? Alright, so let's look from here. So Abimbola's okay title. So so can anybody see what I'm seeing from here? If you can see it, can you like can you check if the semantic is correct? Or is there something you want to touch? Bimbola, hello, can you guys hear me? All right. So don't let us waste too much time. I think I just some few fixes I saw about this. So first, I said it that the title tag is not a child of the body. It is a meta information about your website. So it's supposed to be under the head tag. This is where your title is supposed to be. Under this head tag. It is not supposed to be within your body. It's supposed to be under this head tag first. So I so moving on. After that, I think that's right. Body. Then your navigation. This navigation is supposed to be wrapped under the header tag, which I said earlier. Under this header tag. Under the header tag. And since this is like your this is going to be like your logo. This is supposed to be wrapped under a div because so this solves our problem. So it's good. This is supposed to be wrapped under an header tag. Then this other remaining content should be wrapped under your section tag. Apart from your footer, apart from the content within your footer, it is supposed to be wrapped under the section. So to describe the section of your page. So I think that's it. And Abimbola, you didn't section your site. Like so this H1P welcome. Um like this is supposed to be like a session. So this this is kind of a session introduction where you should have done this under a section like your welcome, or just put your welcome at the header tag, under this header tag, to show introduction of your site. Then yes, you can start from here, the div introduction. Okay, I can leave this for you. Div, you make use of the div, but it would have been nice if you used a proper semantic like the session tag. Then group this other other information that is supposed to be under it inside this div, so you can have a structural semantic code. So that's it for me. um I think I'll move on to Ores's code. Yeah. Okay, so this is the code base. Head. Okay, fine. This is right. The body tag. This is the body tag. So you have the header, which talks about you. Then you should have grouped this header. Okay, this is fine. This is this is the header content. Okay, this is nice grouping. The main the main tag. Then you put your other. Okay, yeah. The section tag. Okay, great. H2 proper font hierarchy. Okay, then ordered list. So this ordered list, you are not supposed to wrap them in the div. A div, you will see ordered list. Let's try and see your results on the front end. After you do the ordered list, fine, you have the reading it shows the number, but you are breaking semantic. You are not supposed to wrap a div after an ordered list. The child of an ordered list is supposed to be an li tag, not a div. So it has to be strictly li tag. Are you there? Okay. It has to strictly be an li tag. So not wrapping a div. You can come inside the li tag, then do a div inside it. Maybe you want to wrap another child, do a div inside it. That is it. Then you move on to your next section, h2 h3. Okay, which means this one has less. Okay, h3, but same thing here. And so, and a span is not proper to be a child of a what's it called, an ul tag. So I'm sure you just want to write more information. So next time what you do is, after you're on ordered list, so to keep semantic, come and paste it here. I think this solves the problem. Session, then wrap up your main tag. So the footer is not supposed to be out of the body. The body owns the whole document. So that's why we have the header inside within the body, the main, and this footer is supposed to be inside of the body tag. The body tag wraps all this everything our we are going to be presenting on our page. That is what the body tag wraps. So you put that after the main tag to show your footer. So even though it works, but it is not properly built in the browser. So yes, that is it on your code. Those are the corrections that need to be made. I saw something on Abimbola's code base that is, I think it's okay. Yes, I think this is it. The span tag. This is right. The span tag, an ordered list cannot be a child of a span tag. Like, no, that's not proper. A span tag is when you just want to display more information, um, an information that is not a paragraph, but you just want, or you want to create a kind of component that the tag is not existing. That is when you can reach out to the span tag. So it's another list can't be the child of an ordered list, and the child an ordered list can have a p tag as its child. It has to be an li, strictly li. Even though it works, but it is not forming proper thematic under the hood. I'm sure this will even give us the bullets point UI. So, and this ul, the ul you did here, each of these item you don't need to put the bullets yourself. When you wrap them inside an li tag, it does that for you. It does that for you. You don't need to put this bullet yourself. Not at all. And a span can be the parent of span can be the parent tag of an unordered list. That's wrong in semantics. This is not correct. You can't put a paragraph tag as a child of your heading 4. Now, this is when you can use your span. Maybe you want to display special information. Now, you are allowed to use your span in this place because the span tag is like a meta tag that you can use to display more information about things or something like that. That is where you can use a span tag. You can be in this li inside this li tag, then have a span tag to display each of these orgs, food and making memories. But you can't write the whole on another list inside of a span tag. No, that breaks the semantics of the code. Let's run this. Look at the orgs, food, making memories. Now we're good to go. And why is this? Something is wrong here. Okay, okay, you are wrapping one, so no, no, no. You don't need to do that. Automatically numbers them. That is why it's another list. So every li tag under it numbers them for you. So let's take a look at rookie's code. Okay, great. So HTML. The header tag is not supposed to be inside of the heading tag. No, no, no. It's supposed to be inside of the body tag this way. And your navigation is supposed to be inside of your header because all these content are at the heading of the page. And you'd have wrapped this. What to show like we call this most of the time these things is called a website brand 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 logo, things like that. So you put your span inside of your header. Well, I can't say it's wrong because I don't know why you put the span. So this is possible. This is obviously right. Okay, then you put your span. Then whether you are planning to use CSS to tweak that. So section. Okay, this is about you, who you are. Okay, okay. This is great. Okay. No. Okay, so this. Okay. But you can't put an another list under a p tag. No, no, no. It doesn't work that way. So comes a standalone self. So think so that's just the major correction on this page. Then this also it has to be within the body tag as I said to um what's it called? As I said to Alright. So wow, you make use of. Have I talked about the anchor tag in this class before? Okay, okay. So I think we'll be talking about that today. That's right. So this is okay. This is fine. So let's try and run the code. And but all right, great. So this is your navigation. This is this is nice. All right. Okay. So those are the correction to this. All right. So listen. Yes, we can't. I don't. It's not. No. Just the opening and closing. This is it. She didn't use it once. She used it just once. No, no, no. So the H2 is what you are seeing. And I like this. She was innovative here. She used the italic tag. So, but most of the time, when we get to CSS, which I believe we'll start looking at from next week. So this might be our last week on HTML, and we'll move on to start using CSS with things we have learned. So yes, so that's why this thing is italic here. There's an italic tag. So that shows that she did like a research on that. But we'll see how to do that with the modern way of doing that with CSS. So nice. So now let's move on to today's class. So in today's class, as I said earlier, so we'll be looking at the anchor tag, which I think Rookie used in what's it called? Rookie made use of it in uh, Rookie made use of it in assignment. So what's the anchor tag? So most of the time when you see a website, you see that when you click on one link, it takes you to another page. So how is that being achieved? So that is being achieved with the help of the anchor tag. Are you there? Are you guys hear me? Okay, so that is being achieved with the help of the anchor tag. So with the anchor tag help us to redirect users to another part or to another page of our application. Or if it's a single page application, because the web has really gone a little complex. So if it's a single page application, it tends to redirect you to another part of your application. So let's look at that. And so how is the anchor tag depicted? So let's start. When you want to use the anchor tag, so I'll use it from this point. So now I said after I've done my another list. So inside of this UL, when you are doing your navigations, that is where you have your anchor tag. So you can use your anchor tags in other places within your page, but most of the time it is used at the point of navigation of your application. That is why most of the time when you go to your site, like okay, let's say, so this place, you see it, all this link, this thing will link you to another page when you obviously click on them. So that is the work of the anchor tag. So let me try and inspect it from the browser for you. I've taught you guys how to use this inspect tool, right? So when you try and inspect it, you see that this is an anchor tag. This classwork is under anchor tag. So that being said, now let's check our work. So when you want to do it, so let's try and link to oh Orezi's work. Why is spelling your name? Yeah. So let's link to Orezi's work from here. But even after I put the let's link to each and everybody's work. So, so now look at this. The you see it is just appearing like a normal content on the page. This is just appearing like a normal content on the page. That being said, this is appearing like a normal content on the page. So why is that happening? For you to use what's it called an anchor tag in your page, you need to add what we call attributes. So now let me use that opportunity to talk about attributes in HTML. So we have something that is called attribute in HTML. So these attributes are like extra information you want to add on a tag, because this extra information has a way of describing that particular tag or that particular HTML element. So when we get to to CSS, we are going to talk about the class attribute. We talk about the class attribute, we talk about the ID attribute. When we get to form how to create forms in HTML, we'll talk about the name attribute, a lot of attributes in HTML. But for the anchor attribute, for the anchor, it usually have a specific attribute called the href. It's called the href. That is what the anchor. Without the href attribute on your anchor tag, the anchor tag is just like a normal span tag or a normal paragraph tags that is just trying to convey your information. That is what the anchor tag is. Without the presence of the attribute on your anchor tag, the anchor tag is more or less like a span tag or a paragraph tag that is just trying to convey your that is just trying to convey information to your user. So talking about the href attribute. So what does the href attribute? Inside this href attribute, that is where you specify the page you want your application to go to. And how do you specify that? When you do href, you do equals to, then you do double colon. So that is it. That is how to specify attribute in HTML. The name of the attribute with an equal to sign, then with a double colon, open and close, where you now where that will hold the value of what that href is. So the value of this href is will be a path to your file within your folder structure, within that your within your website folder. So what are the names of the file that are here? So what is let's link to Orezi's about me work here. So let's go to we have to use so there's something called relative path and absolute path. So I'll give you as an assignment. You guys should go and read up on that. So in HTML, we have what we call the relative path and an absolute path. Even like it's a general computer when you are writing code or when you are working with files in your when you are writing code. So let's start. So to link to any of those files, you can do dot slash. So you do dot slash. So the dot slash means you are within the same folder. Do you understand? The file is within the same folder. If you want to go deeper, like, so you have to do dot slash. Do you understand? Now I've gone outside of that particular folder. Imagine if I want to pick another file from this place, that is from within my documents folder. Now I've done dot slash. You understand? So if you want to go back again, you do another dot slash. You see that I'm going out of my application. I'm going out, like I'm going up, up the folder. See, I'm going up the folder. You understand? I keep going up the folder, but what you really need here, you are picking from the same folder. When application is within the same folder, I do dot slash. Now we want to link to the Abimbola fix HTML. So same thing, it goes for rookies work. Do href equals to dot slash. But you can also remove the dot slash since you are on the same page, which is myself. Since you are within the same folder, it is possible for you to just remove the dot slash. Since the two files are within the same folder, it is possible for you to remove the two files. Now let's link to Abimbola's work. So now let's go back to our page and reload. Now you see that if it's even obvious that this the way the elements was appearing before on our page has changed. Did you notice the changes? You notice the way it's doing this? Okay, so now it is showing that this is now an anchor tag. That is why it has this underline effect under it. And if you watch the cursor on it now, it has become a pointer cursor, a pointer cursor that is like that is pointing to you to click for an action to happen. So if I click on Orezi work, you see that it loads and take us to, sorry, if I click on Abimbola's work, now it take us to another page. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Or do you have any question before I continue? Alright, okay. So now it takes me to Abimbola's page that I've tried to link from this particular page. And if I want to go to Rookie's work, I click on the Rookie's link. Now it takes me to that page. So the browser knows how to, it is not your work to, so the browser already have a way of knowing how to move to another page or another HTML file based on the path that was given to it from the code base. So the browser already knows how to pass that already. So the browser is already built to understand how to pass that to work already. So let's go back. Now, if you click on this link, it brings us down to sorry, sorry, this linking to mm, okay. So already this work. Okay, I've not reloaded the page. Now it is taking us to Ores's page. So that is majorly how the anchor tag works. So uh, there is something. Sorry, just a minute. Check for- So there is something you need to keep in mind when when you are doing when you are when you are using your href tag, when you are using your anchor tag, the href attribute is important. That is what makes the that is what makes the application, that's what makes the anchor tag, the href attribute. And sometimes you see in some code base that okay, so let me try and add my own let's try and look for one of these students that are not active. So let's say I know there's somebody called Ellen. She has not been active. Ellen's work. I've never seen it. So because she does not have any work, and you don't want the page to link to another page, okay, let's try first. What will this give us when we give it an href without a value? So see, it takes us, it just what, it reloads the page. If you watch, the page is being reloaded. If you watch this browser, you see that the page is being reloaded, but because it is being done very fast, it reloads the page and still remains on that particular page when you don't pass any href attributes to it. When you don't pass any href attribute to it, it tries to reload the page and it does not take you elsewhere. It just reloads the particular page you are on. But to prevent the reloading, let us pass, and we pass what we call the hashtag. So you just pass the hashtag value to the href. That will prevent it from reloading the page. Are you guys there? Okay. I said when you pass an href attribute to an anchor tag that does not link anywhere. When you pass an href attribute with when you pass an href attribute with an empty value to an anchor tag, when you try to click on the link, it just reloads the page. Right there. If you watch, take a look at this point of the browser so you can know whether this page is reloading. It will show you a cancel sign. So when I click on this Ellen work, you see that the page reloads. So just like when we reload our page. So this page reloads, but it does not take us anywhere. And the reason is because the href attribute we pass is empty. It has an empty value. So do you understand what I'm saying now? Do you get it? Okay, so because of the href attribute we pass to it has an empty value. So that is why the page is just being reloaded without taking us to another page, without moving us to another page. The href attribute is being passed an empty value. So the page just reloads and it does not take us to another page. So and to prevent to and because of the reason why the reload was so quick was because our site is small. So the browser can quickly pass it and you see the page reloading is very very fast. Like within a split second, it has reloaded. And that's because the document, this our site document is small. It is not like it's not a huge document. If you try to reload another website that is of more large that is of more large document or large code, it will take the browser time to reload the document because the browser will try to pass that document. But because this our particular file is not an huge one, so you can see it being reloaded fast. So I said now to prevent the reloading of that document to prevent reloading in a case like that, you don't want your document to reload when the user clicks on an empty link. What you are supposed to do to prevent the reloading is to pass an hashtag attribute to your href when you are not going to be passing it any value. If you are not going to be passing your href attribute a part value like a so like what Rookie did in this place. What she did here, href, she just passed in the href without any value. So what you have done is you pass it an hashtag value. You make the href value an hashtag. In that case, it will prevent reload on our page. Are you guys there? It will prevent reload on our page. So let's save and try that. Okay, can you guys see that it is no more reloading? Can you see? It is not it is not reloading at all. So the hashtag value that you pass to the href tells the browser that this you are trying to be on same page. You are not trying to move out of the page. You still want to remain on same page. You are not planning to move out of the page. You are not planning to move out of the page. You are still on the same page. So that is what the hashtag value is telling to the browser. The hashtag value is telling the browser that don't take me to another page. So there's no point for reloading. I am still on the same page. So that also will help optimization of the page, because why will you click on a link and make the user of the application have to reload the whole page without taking them to a new page or something like that? That's like a bad that's a bad user experience for the user of your site and user of the application. So instead, to make that work, you pass it an hashtag attribute that tells the browser that this is an empty this is I'm trying to refer back to the same page, so there is no need for a load. So that being said, now we'll move on to the image tab. How to display images on your site. That is what we are going to move into. How to display images on our site. So most of the sites you see, they usually contain image and word, because that's what majorly make up site. That's what majorly make up the website or the web application. Um, those documents, they contain images. So now, how do we handle the part of and adding images to our website? How do we do that? So, like, do anybody have an idea? So, listen, if anybody wants to talk about this first, like, do anybody have an idea how to add images to our website? So, Nikki, Bimbola, and okay, alright, I think you're on the part. Yes. So, then there is a tag called the img tag. So, as I said earlier on, so to add an image in your website and your application, you need to make use of the img tag. So as Abimbola as Ruki has mentioned to us, so we need to make use of the img tag. So how is the img tag being used? So remember when I was speaking about the HTML element, I said some tags are self-closing tags. Can you guys still remember? Huh? Yeah, okay. So I said some tags are self-closing tags. You don't need to, if you try and open them and close them again, it's like you are giving your browser extra code to pass. It is not necessary, because those tags are meant to be self-closing tags. They don't need closing. So I'll show you how we open them, how we close them with this img tag. So let's go. Now, uh, um, I'm going to be adding okay, so I'm going to be adding an img tag to this section. I'm going to be adding an image to this section. So to do that, I use this img tag. My code editor gives me suggestion. How do I do it? Now, I've closed the tag itself, but it will throw an error to me. So, the img tag is the tag that is needed for you when you want to pass an image, when you want to display an image on your website, when you want to display an image to your user on your website, the img tag is very, very necessary. You need the img tag on your website. So after putting the img tag, you need to pass what we call source to your img tag. as Ruki has said, the source attribute. The same way your anchor tag has an href attribute, the same way your img tag has the source attribute. Source attribute. So within that source attribute, you will pass the path to your image, the part where the image is located, the part where the image is located in your image, the part of where the image is located in your, or the part of where your image is located in your computer. You will pass in that part to it. The same way you are going to be passing, so it is called the source tag. So so it is called the source tag. So imagine I want to pass, I don't have any image here. So so that is how to pass those pictures. So but also, if you want to pass, you can also pass an http address, like a url of an image. So let's try and go to Google and get an image url. So what image you want us to search for? Okay. So you can just take this image. So I copy the image address and I come here into the source and I paste it. So but if you see, because I use a lot of tool for accessibility, you see that my code base, you might be in your own code editor, you might not be seeing this red line. It's because I have an extension that tells me. So you need to also pass what we call the auth attribute. There is, so, and a tag can have more than one attribute. So within a tag, there can be more than one attribute. So for images, it is always advisable you pass what we call the auth tag. What did I call it? Like the auth tag. It's called the auth tag. So it, the reason why this auth tag is usually passed is because sometimes bad internet from your user's end can break your image, not making your image to load to a full, not making to have a full loaded image on the browser. Or if you have a wrong path, if you have a wrong path URL on your end, this can cause your image to be broken. And when your image is broken, this won't show anything to your user. But when you have an alt tag that describes your image, so yeah, what will our alt tag be? It will be what? Coding image. So this alt tag is just to describe more about our images. And because of people that are blind, that are trying to use your website, because they can't see anything on your website, so they use assistive technology. So these assistive technologies, when they are crawling through your website, when they get to the point of image, for someone that is blind, the person can't see your image. So the assistive technology just tries to announce what is in your auth property to the user, that this is a coding image. This image is describing a coding environment, or it is showing a coding, it is showing coding, it is showing coding on the screen. So this makes someone that is blind or that cannot see properly also have a better feel of the web and what your image is trying to communicate. So let's see and try and check our results. So now you can see that, and that is how we add our images to our website. And so let me also try and add it. Imagine this is now we took this image from the web, from online. That is why we use https. But what if you want to try and take an image from your local system. The same way you try and reference files from your like your anchor tag, the same way you try and reference file in your anchor tag, you do same thing. So I want to do dot slash. So so let me go. Now I've gone up my folder two times, dot slash. So now there's a pictures folder. I don't know who this is. So I might have to remove it after this example. Oh, okay. Let me try. Okay. Alright. So that's how to add it. So now you can see the image. Alright. So now let's try and use the link that way. So that is it. And also in your what's it called? In your href, in your anchor tag, you can decide to link to an external site. You can decide to link to an external site. So what you need to do is the same way we took an address from the picture, we took the image address. You try and get the what's it called? So let's link to our what's it called? Let's link somewhere. Let's link to this our classroom. So let me try. So let me add this. Say anchor classroom. Now you add an href. You paste the link there. Now which should redirect us to our classroom from our page. So let's reload. Now do you see now? I'm being redirected to our classroom from our page. So and there are other things you can do. Sometimes you see that in some sites when you try and open, when you click a link, it opens them in a new tab for you. So if you want to do that in your own code base, what you just need to do, you need to add another attribute called the target. You understand? You need to add another attribute called target to it. And the value of this one, the target, will be the blank. So when you put underscore blank, it will open this our classroom link for us in a new tab. Are you guys following? Alright, so it will open this our classroom link for us in a new tab. So sorry, I didn't reload. So now you know that when you make updates to your HTML changes, you need to reload the browser. So now you see it opens a new tab for us and it still retains this. So that is how the targets work. So if you want to open it in a new tab, then it opens in a new tab. But by you adding the target attribute to your href element. So it takes the user, it opens the link to the user in a new entire tab. So I hope you guys get that. Yes, there are other values it can take. It can take the self, it can take the parent. So, but I don't want to dive that. If you want to read up on that, you can check W3 schools or check the Mozilla Developer Network, which I have told you about, the MDN. So you can check what each and every one of them does. All right. So I think we are going to be stopping here for today. So thank you very much. Now I think we are going to advance our about us site a little. You guys can go ahead and add images and create two and create documents, like create 2 pages, then link from one to one. So you link from one to another, then you add images to them. So are we good? All right. Okay. All right. So is Bola in this class? I haven't seen. I didn't get any response from her. Hello. All right. Okay. Then we are good to go. So thank you very much. We'll be calling today from here. All right. Yeah. See you guys on Thursday.